Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, regardless of when you're listening or watching this podcast. I invite you to connect and reach out with any questions that you might have. Today is part 2 of why resolutions don't work. Today I'm going to dive a lot deeper in point 1 that I made in yesterday's broadcast. Usually around this time, January, you go in, your gym's packed. February rolls around and all of those eager faces are dropping like flies. So I wanted to share with you guys in this 5-part video series some key things and some key undercurrents that you need to be mindful of, you need to be aware of, and you need to resolve, whichever path you choose to take, in order for you to have the success that you deserve in 2019. 2019 is an amazing year for creating and achieving goals. The energy is palpable. You can feel the creation energy. You can feel the energy of new opportunities. And if you're not, reach out and we'll get you in touch with that energy, because it's certainly available to all of us. The first point that I shared with you yesterday was the undercurrent of lack motivated goals. So today I want to dive a little bit deeper and share with you exactly what I mean by that. So essentially, what does that mean? Often when you set a resolution, you're choosing a goal because you're dissatisfied with your current situation. So a lack of health, a lack of wealth, a lack of freedom, a lack of fun, a lack of fulfillment, a lack of satisfaction. So what I want you to think about is, when you're setting those goals, in a really fun way of doing it is I do it. I want to show you guys how I do it. Is I actually just break it down, and I'll pop in. I have a free worksheet that goes with this article that I wrote. So if you want that, feel free to grab it on the link that I'm going to provide in the comments. So you set your goal. So let's pretend, for example, that your goal is that you want to lose weight. So let's say your goal is I want to lose or release 10 pounds. So you ask yourself the question. So think about a goal that you have right now for yourself for 2019, whatever that might be. I'm going to use weight as an example because that's a super common one for a lot of people. So now when you think about your goal, I want you to think about why you want to, whatever it is that you want. So in this example, I'll use lose weight. So why would someone want to lose 10 pounds? And some of the really common answers that we'll get is so that I can feel more comfortable, I can have more energy, I can have more confidence, I can be healthier, I can extend my life. Some of the other reasons that they might have is so that they can feel more satisfied and feel more comfortable in their body with their body image. And those are all really great motivators. Now, on the other side of all of those examples are, I don't feel comfortable in my skin. I don't have energy. I don't feel healthy. And usually you feel lethargic, or you feel heavy, or you feel tired, or you're not able to enjoy life because you don't have the physical stamina, if you will, or endurance in order to do different types of physical activity. So what I want you to do, and I really don't want you to judge this practice. I want you to just be open and aware of what you're doing here, because there's an important point that we're going to get to in just a minute. So your goal might be to lose weight. And then I want you to think about, well, what are the reasons I want? So the positive reasons, those are usually pretty easy to list off. And then I want you to list off, what is your current experience that you're feeling that leads you to believe that you're not healthy, that you're not comfortable in your skin, that you don't have enough energy, right? Because obviously those are negative things. So I have a lack of energy, I have a lack of confidence, I have a lack of comfort, I have a lack of endurance, I have a lack of stamina. So those are all lack motivators. And again, release judgment. Now, what I want you to do is once you've kind of just grab like one of your goals and do this spreadsheet type of thing, however you want to do it, you can just jot it down on a random piece of paper. Put all the reasons that you want it that are positive, and then put all the reasons that might be uncomfortable or that you don't want, that are guiding you to make those choices for yourself. That might be lack based. And then I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to really give yourself permission to allow whatever number or whatever feeling that you get to come up without judgment. So I want you to simply ask yourself, what percentage of this goal is lack-based? So if that negative list that you made out. So what percentage? And go with whatever number shows up. This is not a conscious effort that you're making here. This is really just a feeling, because consciously you're like, yeah, these positive goals are all really great reasons for me to make these changes. Subconsciously, there is another thing at another undercurrent that could be working for against you. So that's really what we're trying to get to here. And then I want you to ask yourself, what percentage of my goal is desire based? And so most people will get like a 60-40 split, or, certain of those negative things. You can break it down by types of lack and types of benefits, or you can break it down as a whole. I prefer personally to break it down as a whole. So then that way you can see the big picture, right? So if 5% of your drive is coming from lack of energy, and 7% of your drive is coming from lack of confidence, and 13% of your drive or motivation is coming from lack of endurance or lack of adventure, or whatever might be on your list. Those might not seem like important numbers, but when you bulk them up as all of the lack experiences that you're currently having, and you match them up against all the positive experiences that you're having, and then you look at that number as a whole, you'll essentially kind of tell the story of your inner world and that inner battle that's happening within you. Now, what that means essentially, and why this is important, is that let's pretend that behind me is your current situation, and in front of me is your destination, your goal, right? So let's pretend 40% of your motivation for change is lack-based. It's like behind you here. So what would happen is, as you move away from your discomfort, from your struggle, from your lack of energy, from your lack of confidence, from your lack of positive body image, and as you start stepping into your goal, so you feel more comfortable, more confident, more energized, your motivation shifts in relationship. So let's say you have 40% of your energy that's lack-based. You're losing that 40% motivation as you move into your goal. So a solution for that is resolving the subconscious beliefs and patterns that are attributing or at the core source of these unwanted perspectives, if you will, recognizing an unconditional state of being in regards to your current situation, and then reallocating 100% of your motivation and your drive towards the goal, those benefits. And then 2, creating a goal after the goal. So instead of having, I want to have more energy. Okay, well, that's a great first goal. But once you have more energy, then what are the other subsequent goals and subsequent experiences that you want to experience and have in your life? So we're creating a double motivator. So we're creating the initial motivation, which is that first step to whatever, releasing 10 pounds. But then when you're there, there's another experience that you're striving to. I want to travel more. I want to experience more. I want to, be more comfortable going to the beach with my friends in my bathing suit, or whatever those things might look like for you. So to wrap it up, to summarize it, so I want you to pick a goal, whichever one that you have chosen for yourself for 2019, just grab one. you might have more. We'll talk about that in video 4 of people who have a lot of goals, which is a good thing, but can also be a bad thing if done improperly. So grab a goal and then list out all the positive reasons that goal will bring to you once achieved or as you achieve it. And then ask yourself honestly, what are the current situations, experiences, feelings, states of being that are lack-based, that might be, that I'm recognizing that might be motivating me from making these changes. And then list them all out in your spreadsheet or table or scrap paper, whatever works. I find I'm very visual, so I like to write it down so I can really be objective when I look at my own stuff. And then close your eyes and ask yourself honestly, what percentage of my motivation is coming from my lack? And what percentage of my motivation is coming from my desire? And then just keep an eye on yourself. And if you need some support reconciling some of those limiting beliefs, on Friday the 25th, on Friday night for a $20 entry fee, if you get your ticket online, we're going to do a whole bunch of subconscious work on Friday night here at Mastering Ascension. So I invite you to join us for that. It's always an evening full of belly laughs and empowerment. So I hope that you can make it if you're in the area. Otherwise, another option for you is check into the videos that I'm doing this week. I'm going to be offering some other tools. And next week, there'll be a Freedom to Breathe challenge, 5-day challenge in my Facebook group, which is called Dream Life Mastermind. So you have a couple of options. If you're not super brave to bear the roads on Friday, which we've had some pretty crappy roads here in New Brunswick, I'm sure it'll be resolved by then. Friday night, if you can make it to the center for a really fun, interactive, and inspirational evening, I'd love to see you there. Otherwise, tune in for the weekly videos, and you'll get some more information. Oh, and Leo wanted to say hi. Say hi to everybody, Leo. This is my office assistant. He's quite charming. He likes to knock stuff over. And that's it for now. So if you have any questions, I invite you to pop them in the comments. I'll be keeping an eye on the feed. And that way, if there's anything that you have questions about, you're not sure about, or if it wasn't clear, please do pop me a comment, share this with your friends, and feel free to click on the follow button. So then that way, when my video comes out tomorrow, you'll be notified. All right, I hope you have a super warm day. And if you're out on the roads in the Maritimes, drive safe. Bye for now.